Up next in the Nightcast, every stalk of hail-damaged wheat means less money for a Kansas farmer.
Barrels like these mean a traffic tie-up on Kellogg at Rock.
And Kenneth Starr wants fingerprints and handwriting samples from this infamous intern.
Those stories and more up next on the Nightcast.
So come see us at Paul McDonald Chevrolet Mazda across from the mall in Hays.
And now, Channel 12 Eyewitness News at 10.
Them heads there, you can put in there, see through them. The cricket hit it, and it just knocked the kernels out of the, right out of it.
Weekend hailstorms lead to this: millions of dollars worth of wilted wheat. Good evening. Farmers have spent the day assessing damage from those big weekend storms.
It's our top story tonight. Experts are saying the price tag for all the damaged wheat could run in the millions of dollars. And it's damage that's been seen all over the state. Jeremy Hubbard is back from an area farm that was hard hit. He has the story, Jeremy.
Well, Roger, this should give you an idea what we're talking about. We pulled this wheat from a field today. It used to look like this. Now it looks like this. Just days ago, this stuff stood nearly 3 feet tall, ready for harvest. But after the weekend, Kenny Shipley isn't putting much stock in what's left of his wheat stalks.
That one's got 3 breaks in it, but there's no grain left in them. It just took them out. See them stalks right there, they've just been mowed off.
And Mother Nature was the mower. This huge storm system that moved through Sunday night left thousands of acres of Kansas wheat damaged. An estimated 2 to 3 million bushels were likely lost, and that means millions of dollars. On Shipley's farm near Norwich, about 800 acres were destroyed. He lost several $1,000s.
Luckily, I had some insurance. Wished I'd had more.
But the field wasn't the only place hit by hail. Back at Shipley's house, they spent the day boarding up all the broken windows and counting huge holes left in the siding by all the hard hail.
The yard was just a sea of white, varying from between golf and tennis size down to, well, ½ inch in diameter.
This was awful good wheat.
As far as the crop goes, the insurance adjuster will be out later in the week to count the total cost. Kenny says all may not be lost. He could try to plant some milo to make up for all the damaged wheat. Either way, he knows Mother Nature can be both a blessing and a curse.
Farming's a pretty big gamble, and if you don't like it, you better not stay in it.
Now, believe it or not, the pictures we showed you were probably not the worst of the damage. In the northwest part of the state, near Hays and Goodland, the wheat suffered the same fate. Again, Roger, this is really bad news because a lot of farmers plan to start their harvest just a couple of weeks from now.
All right, thanks, Jeremy. Obviously, weather plays a critical role when it comes to raising crops.
The Kansas Attorney General says farmers near the Republican River are getting robbed of their fair share. Today, Carla Stovall filed a lawsuit against the state of Nebraska. She says Kansas residents near the river are getting ripped off by their neighbors upstream.
Each year, we are shorted about 10 billion gallons of water by Nebraska. That's a situation we cannot allow to continue.
Nebraska's Attorney General says he doesn't think Kansas has much of a case.
If your morning commute takes you through the intersection of Kellogg and Rock, it'd be a good idea to leave yourself some extra time. The area is down to 1 lane for the next 10 days, so construction crews can repave the road. Workers began rolling out the highway barrels early this evening. They plan to work round the clock until the project is finished. An unexpected stop for passengers on board a Northwest Airlines flight from Wichita to Memphis. Last night, the DC-9 made an emergency landing in Little Rock, Arkansas, after the pilot noticed a warning light indicating possible engine trouble. The plane landed safely. Mechanics found nothing wrong with the engine.
El Dorado High School had an academic emergency on its hands this spring. At least 50 seniors were in danger of not graduating. Most of those students apparently hit the books pretty hard. 44 of them brought their grades up and wound up getting their diplomas. The other 6 will probably end up going to summer school in order to graduate. School is out in McLouth, Kansas, but not because of summer vacation. Board members decided to cancel the last few days of class because of rumors about potential violence. The story started after a dispute between 2 middle school boys and the threat one would bring a gun to school. The sheriff's office doesn't think there was anything to it, but school leaders decided better safe than sorry.
Another funeral in Oregon came from some very real violence. Michael Nicholson was buried today. He was one of 2 people killed in gunfire at Thurston High School in Springfield last week. Nicholson was buried with military honors after signing up with the National Guard 3 days before he was killed. Meanwhile, a 15-year-old shooting suspect remains on a suicide watch at a juvenile detention center.
A Hesston man is going to prison for putting child pornography on the internet. Douglas Kennel was sentenced to 3.5 years without parole for putting sexually explicit photos on the web. He'll also have to forfeit equipment used to obtain the child pornography. The search continues tonight for 3 escapees from the Ford County Jail in Dodge City. Authorities say they used an ink pen rigged with elastic as a weapon and forced a detention officer to give them his keys. 31-year-old Richard Rivera's, 25-year-old Roberta Lopez, and 23-year-old Cristobal Bazara are on the loose tonight. Officials say they consider them dangerous. Law officers pursuing suspects should have a degree of immunity from damage suits.
That's the ruling today by the United States Supreme Court. The unanimous vote came in the case of a California teenager struck and killed by a pursuing police car. Judge David Souter wrote that if police are forbidden to pursue, many more suspects will flee, creating greater risk for passengers and bystanders.
A father accused of giving his son AIDS says there are other ways the boy could have gotten sick, including an aunt's drug needle. Brian Stewart was in court today as prosecutors pressed for a trial on assault charges. They claim Stewart injected the boy with AIDS-tainted blood in 1992 to try to kill him and get out of support payments. The boy now has full-blown AIDS.
Prosecutors are turning to fingerprints and handwriting samples in the White House sex scandal, and former intern Monica Lewinsky will be forced to cooperate since she's under subpoena. Law experts say the samples will be used to back up evidence that Ken Starr has been putting together. That includes hours of taped phone calls in which Lewinsky allegedly claims a sexual relationship with the president. Tonight's Baby Your Baby report could prove pivotal for your skin.
We'll show you how to pick the right sunscreen and use it properly when we come back.
And this may look like a piece of junk, but it's supposed to be art. The story still ahead.
Live from the #1 news source in Kansas, you're watching Roger Cornish, Cindy Klose, Merrill Teller with Super Doppler Storm Team Weather, and Bruce Hurdle with Sports. This is Channel 12 Eyewitness News at 10.
Looking for a rugged truck to take you where you need to go? Well, then count on your Toyota dealer and save on Tacoma. Right now, you can count on saving big. Lease a Tacoma for just $149 a month for 36 months. $149 a month. And get many options included, like power steering, AM/FM radio cassette, and more. So count on leasing a Tacoma for just $149 a month. But get rolling. The Count on Toyota sales event is on. Hurry and save at your Toyota dealer.
You can brighten the future for millions of hospitalized kids. Just stop by Dairy Queen, a proud sponsor of the Children's Miracle Network, and join them in making a donation. Here's all it takes to make a miracle happen.
This week, buy a Blizzard flavored treat and you'll help a hospitalized child feel better, because your participating Dairy Queen store will donate 50 cents to a local hospital for children. We treat kids right. Dairy Queen.
Lighter yet stronger. More power from less space. More space from less size.